Today on the show, I'm going to be answering the question, who are the birds of prey? By looking at their publication history. So Birds of Prey would first start up in 1995 in a one-shot called Black Canary Oracle Birds of Prey, and it was written by Chuck Dixon. He initially wrote this series to show the contrast between the characters, and this was the general theme of the series until Gail Simone took over in 2003 and created a legendary run. Straight away, Huntress was added to the team when Black Canary fell in a trap, and Oracle obviously needed help in saving Black Canary. And obviously all the characters could do things that each other couldn't, and this was the main theme of this run of Birds of Prey. One of the main things that you'll actually notice in this run is that Huntress is a complete loner. She really doesn't get along with other people and doesn't know how to interact with other people and kind of naturally irritates them. And Black Canary, she's very open and very accepting of everyone and tries her hardest to get along with Huntress. And it would actually be Huntress that helps out Barbara when the US government have a list of names of people they think is Oracle and they want to arrest Oracle, and Barbara is on that list. Huntress helps Barbara out, even though the two girls have a long history of hating each other. Huntress would eventually leave the team though when she realizes that Oracle has essentially been emotionally manipulating her to make sure that she behaves, even though Barbara says she regrets her actions. She would later rejoin the team with Lady Blackhawk. When issues 99 and 100 came out, Gail Simone wanted to shake up the lineup once again and had Black Canary leave the team. And rather than having a group of friends acting as the Birds of Prey this time, she just had a group of individuals that didn't care what you thought of them. They were smart, sexy, ass-kicking women, and they knew it. This was a great way to represent women in comics because you had women that were intentionally sexual and they liked being like that, but you had women that weren't so sexual and they liked being like that. That's how you write diverse women, and it's not hard. You just write them as people that like doing different things. Gail Simone would eventually leave the book, but her run is considered legendary because she represented women in comics like no one had done before. Another writer would take over Simone's run, but it wouldn't be so good, so it would eventually be cancelled and replaced with an Oracle miniseries in 2009. However, shortly after this, guess who returns to the series? Gail Simone, and she shakes up the lineup once again, adds Hawk and Dove to the title, and turns Oracle into purely a supporting character, which was good because it let Oracle do her whole run with Stephanie Brown as Batgirl, which is one of my favourite comic book runs of all time. However, Simone would prematurely leave the title when she found out about Flashpoint. There would be a Birds of Prey title in the New 52 though, which was great. However, the New 52 Birds of Prey wasn't actually all that good. The thing was, it didn't really work without Barbara as Oracle. There was something just off there the entire time, and the whole team's chemistry just didn't work for me personally. It was like the team wanted to be a female version of The Outsiders. It lasted 35 issues though, but a lot of people say this is because it was one of DC's only titles representing women in comics, but nonetheless it was cancelled in October 2014. I don't think it's quite time for another Birds of Prey title just yet. I'd like to see where the Batgirl title goes, and I have been saying for a while now that it's inevitable that Barbara becomes disabled again eventually. Eventually she will take up the mantle of Oracle again and drop Batgirl, and someone else will become Batgirl. We all know that's going to happen sooner or later. I think when that does happen, then it will be time for another Birds of Prey title. Not before then. But I do think it's important that we enjoy Barbara while she's still got her legs and running about as Batgirl. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. So what do you think of the Birds of Prey? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more history videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better and more history videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.